Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Blitz Pickup. First and foremost, one Florida, one Florida, right? One. We doing one Florida today. Listen, you guys know why we're here. Today we're gonna be discussing our big board, and believe it or not, yesterday we were really going at it, debating, fighting for position for the players that we thought should be at said position, said ranking. Sorry, I shouldn't say said position, said ranking within our big board. It got it got contentious. It was. I didn't know if we would be able to make it to the show today. That's how serious, we really took this, and we really hope that you guys love it. This is, what we do. And without further ado, Tony, come on up because this is the first ever Blitz pickup
Hey,
big boy.
listen, man. The shot at one Florida at the beginning. Von Joe, my brother, we're gonna have to talk about this so-called gated community. Somebody has to be excommunicated. I'm sorry.
So
It's only
first
so.
the Dolphins community, now the Gator. Am I a part of any community? Like, does anyone want me?
You
Oh
know
my
what?
gosh.
You know what? They usually say money change you. I think winning changes people. You was just nice and humble. You start winning, and now you start taking shots at everyone. But you know what? I'm gonna let Von Joe figure that one
Winning,
out. Yeah, I'm just
winning.
what's good, Finn, Tony,
What?
and Lou. Uh,
Thank
what's
you.
good? That Finn stand for Finsanity, then, right? Okay, I was just about to get ready.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, before we do anything, y'all hit the like
Hmm.
button. But before we get into the show, we have everyone prayers up to our brother Lou. Just send y'all
Absolutely.
prayers, send some positive vibes over there. He's dealing with a real serious family issue. So y'all send prayers up to my brother before we get into any show. But yeah, so uh she said it was. I just want to say this before we even start anything. If there's any person that's on this big board that y'all think should not be there, it's Vincentity's fault. The ones that you think belong there, I'll take
Hmm.
full credit for.
So, you know, it's very humbling, when you're in a room with such a brilliant mind and you get to see like true evaluation. So I definitely learned a lot. I was definitely, my perspective, maybe I can talk about it before we really get into it. My perspective was definitely offensive line, definitely trying to get a weapon for Malik Willis. I'm going to be 100% transparent and honest. Losing Waddle was such a big thing, and I really want one of those ones, going forward. We all know that this is a wide receiver league right now. It's a quarterback league, but he needs to have a wide receiver. And you see, the top teams, they have top receivers. We're not going to pretend like that. You got to be able to throw the ball because most teams are gearing to stop the run. Tony, your mindset. Do you want to speak to that real quick before we get into it? Just your
Yes.
mindset around it.
Well, so we could get more into it. What I would like to say before I say about my mindset was it was good to see how an actual big room, how they have to see what people different perspective and how they was looking at things. Like your mindset was different from my mindset, but it was also I was pleasantly surprised how close we were on some of the prospects that we had, even though we had a different mindset. So it's good to know that at least I'm in here with people that are very good at evaluating talent and understanding look past what we would say you see on media and on TV and the sports. I take pride in saying my big boy might not look like theirs, right? Especially how it's been going lately, as of lately for the team that our Dolphins. I see a lot of people going wide receiver first three picks. First, I mean 11, 30, and 43. There's two out of three are wide receivers. There's no way in hell. No way in hell. So I pride myself when I look at, what I thought the big boy should look like, that it didn't look like those guys out there. And then when I started seeing others, yours and Lou's as well, I was like, okay, thank God we got some people that really want the team to be better and not just want to see names and just throw flashy names out there. That was a good pleasant surprise for me. Now, as far as my mindset, it was based on the Dolphins. BPA as well as needs. Go back to that one. I didn't see it. Sandy, can you go back to that one? I have the best.
Shout
Yeah,
out to crypto.
the old
Yeah.
school one that you that you use the two knobs right there. That's how you use your big boy crypto. Because I know you don't know how to use a brand new up to date.
Nah, he uses an etch and sketch. I don't know if you know what an etch and sketch is.
Time it is. Make sure y'all hit the like on the way in. Before we get into the shark, I would like to ask: did you see JSN get a contract?
You know what? I'll be honest. I was at work. I did not. But you know what I did see? I saw Florida lose. I saw that.
You
I
stayed up
saw
and
the
watched.
three in the corner.
You stayed
Huh?
up. That was it. That was a real game. I mean, shout out to Mystic. Mystic hit me up, called me. I had to call him back, let him get his shit off. He ran a little space today. He got the whole. He has the audio of that last sequence. He played it all day, all day. It was a great game. I'll give it to him. I told him, so I'm not a sore loser or anything like that. So I was like, no, you did. Some of the people in the space was getting annoyed, not me. I was like, y'all earned that. Y'all beat the defending national championship. If you're gonna be out here and you're gonna be trolling, which I don't troll, but if you're gonna be popping your shit like a lot of people do, you have to be able to take it when someone pause. Understand and let people, get their shit off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna troll you. They won. Don't be a sore loser. I'm not a poor sport by any means. So, you know what I mean? But shout out to Owl, man. Now since I'm over here, right, and I let him go ahead and do that over there, I would like to say it's their first time making it to the Sweet 16 since 1999. Florida has 3 national championships within that same period. But listen, we don't celebrate making it to the Sweet 16. That's I thought they won a championship. You feel me? Me, I'm just a humble dude.
No, listen. You know what they did do? They made a big time shot, and you guys didn't get one off. That's called execution.
Yeah,
Players have to make the plays, right?
Yeah. So, I get it. It's ours. You ain't had nothing to do out there. Take your shots as you want. But you ready to get into it?
I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here goes the Blitz Pickup Big Boy, and we're gonna break it down for you guys. Let's go.
Boom. You want to start it off, Vicinity?
Well, here's the thing. I will say this: before we really, really break it down, let's make it clear that it was a consensus pick.
Yes.
That number 1 was Sonny Styles. That was a consensus pick. If you guys have, any issues of where a guy is ranked, please put it in the chat. I would be very interested to look at that. Oh, yeah. See, well, did I hit the poll? No, but I can put up. I don't hit no post. But if you guys have
Crypto
any issues, what?
I say crypto way behind.
He'll be all right. He'll catch up. Shout out to the old man.
20 minutes ago, crypto.
Google it. But no, Sonny Styles was a consensus number 1. And the middle is where we definitely differed and where we kind of the pathway of the vision started going. But we were able to circle back. What I like about this is that you have a defensive head coach, and majority of our picks are on the defensive side. It gives him a lot of options to go ahead and start establishing the defense, the culture, the toughness that he wants on that side of the ball where his niche is. So that's the one thing that I am proud about our big board. I see a lot of orange and green. I don't know what that is about in a logo, but it's okay. You don't think that is too many. Some people might say
there's
it's not enough
4
players.
state guys up there.
Sorry, you know what it is?
And you want to point out what?
The orange.
You starting already. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all should have seen what we had. See, this is what I have to deal with behind the scenes already. That's 2 UM players up there. That's 4 Ohio State guys. 4. And she said that's too much
It's
orange and
too
green.
much.
Yo,
It's too,
that,
it's too,
that is
you know,
crazy.
you know
I would say
what's
this though,
crazy?
Vincent. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you
I
go
would
ahead.
say this.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know about consensus, number one. I think that was the one that the less argued. No one argued for that spot. Like it was there. Um, we had a difference of who was number one, but there wasn't. No one was too far off. Like, no, I can't believe that because I believe these for me. The first three are interchangeable for me. So when the Sunny Styles was there, shout out to our brother. Y'all know he's a Sunny Styles guy, so y'all already know how he was thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? I have no argument for him being the number one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And this is how at least I would assume you have to work collaboratively to understand, okay, if we miss out on this guy but get this guy, would you be mad? Shout out to Finsanity for bringing that mindset. Like, well, if we miss out on this guy and this guy, I wouldn't be mad. So that help me with a different mindset. With like, you know what, that is a good way to look at it when you have to come to some type of agreement and everyone leaves happy. Like no one is like, I don't like that. So I believe that was a good way, and it's good to learn when you're having a debate. So just from our little back and forth that we was having, I could just imagine the way those war rooms are. There's a reason they call them war rooms. Now we understand why it's called the war room because I think that's healthy. No one should come with everything to say. There should have been no big board to say. If everyone had the same big board, then there's a problem here. Someone is not evaluating the correct way. So that was a pleasant surprise to me as well. But yes, I do agree. Sunny Style, we had the least bit of pushback for that position. If y'all disagree, let us know. Number 2, Francis Mainoa. So that one, no,
Oh
no,
yeah.
no, you don't bias here.
Oh, oh no, there was definitely human bias because I had someone else
We
at
could,
number 2. Go ahead, Tony, because go
you know
ahead.
what, right? And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Hmm.
Um, so number I had, if you I have my Noah as my number 1 overall. If y'all was wondering, mine was number 1 because I think the versatility. He could play tackle. Obviously, you saw that he's great at tackle, and he could play guard. So, what do the Miami Dolphins have a big problem at? Guard. And we have Austin Jackson that can't stay healthy. So, if you look at it from that standpoint, then you would see that position should be high on the draft board. I believe edge, O-line, DB, those should be guys that we should be looking forward to because those are the biggest needs for the Dolphins from my perspective. And I just believe from the value standpoint, just looking at the guys on here, and this is mine, I believe that Minoa gives us the best value out of everyone else that's below him. And it's mainly based on versatility. I think he could be great at tackle and guard. But Vicinity?
Yeah. I and I understand a lot of people's. See, yeah. See, I'm hoping that we can get through this, in a very cordial way, and we don't, bring up all the fire that was, backstage. I, you know, me personally, I know a lot of people think that this player may be overrated, may not necessarily live up to all the hype surrounding him. But I still, at 2, wanted to stay defense. And my guy that I had at number 2, just going to be transparent, just going to be honest, I had Caleb Downs. Um, and then I went, to Vega, and then I put Mario Goa because I, as you guys know, have been on Vega. I'm not gonna, sit here and act like he wasn't my day 1 pick. He was my day 1 pick. Definitely, you want to get the guards. We know what Savaianea was not for us. We know what Vega has been at Penn State. And that is something
Mm.
that I would love to see mature, grow, and develop, with the Miami Dolphins. So that's why I had Vega over Maui Goa. We're going to get more into mine in a little bit. But what I'm very interested in, Tony, you got two U players. Well, we have two U players in the top 10. I can't say you. We have two U players um, in the top five. And I'm going to ask you this sincereness, with the most sincereness in my heart, because I know this is going to be hard for you. This is going to be hard for you. Let's say, hypothetically, Sonny's gone, which we predict, right? We'll see how everything falls. But you have Maui Goa and Bain sitting there at 11. Who would you prefer to take? I see that we have Maui Goa at 2, but I feel like this is one of the situations where, like, I'm not upset if they do decide to maybe go Bain right there. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, if they go Bane, I think so right now, if they go Bane, edge is to me a bigger need than guard and tackle. If we're going to be 100% honest about it, okay. Edge is a bigger need. I would prefer Marigo. I think he's a better player. But who I think they probably would take, I think they would take Bane because of the need at edge. Um, when I'm looking at for me, I think if you don't get, and this is why I would prefer my Noah, right? If you don't
Mhm.
get Bane right there at 4, you could get some edges down that to where it won't hurt you that much. But when it comes to tackle slash guard, I don't know if you could find someone because the rest of them they are going to be taken. You can see we got Spencer Fanu up there, Loma, Lomu. He's I think all these guys are going to be gone. And then if you want top end, and I'm just talking about top end talent in at the first top 11, I believe this me personally. If you take Mike Noah, you
Mhm.
can go get you an edge further down there. I know a lot of
Mhm.
people don't like Kevin Falk, but he's down there. There's other guys that you can grab at edge. I like, and we're gonna talk about him a little later. The guy out of Missouri, right, Zion Young.
Mhm.
I think you could maybe get him in the second round. So my thought press would be, grab me my Noah, and we'll get an edge further down. So yeah, that's what I would have did. If both of them are there, but you skipped over something. I don't want. I'm not going. Go ahead. You want to
Hey,
go ahead say something
go,
because I'm
now go now. Go ahead, go ahead. You can
number
bring it up
three is
because I
my
feel like
Noah. Number 3 is my Noah. I mean not my Noah. Sorry. Vega.
Vega.
Yeah, Ione. Right.
Yeah, my guy.
That's my favorite player on this board.
You know what? That's crazy. That's crazy how we got to this consensus. We're gonna have to bring up the footage. So
Okay.
wait, I have a question because because I can't say bring up the footage without first asking a qualifying question.
Yes.
Would you be comfortable taking Vega at 11? Because I know you're
Yo, hands
in
down.
past. You know what?
Easily.
This is the stuff I'm talking about. See, when
Yeah.
I said to do it, I heard a lot of, oh, taking a guard in the first round, taking a guard that high.
From
That's
who
not something
though?
I would want to do. Did you not say you would rather trade down? Is there not footage of that?
Yes, a trade down. If I had my
Okay. And
ideal
yeah,
situation,
yeah.
hold on, wait. My ideal situation, yeah, will be to trade down to. Well, I'm sorry, would have been to trade down and
Mhm.
gain more capital because of the situation that we were in, right?
Oh, but now
Um,
since we have 30, you cool.
so the fact that Sully, the way he's been taking off in the offseason, and I always give Lou credit for this. He was like, let's wait until training. Free agency before we do a big board. Now looking at it, I'm like, okay, what he has gained in capital. Now I don't trading back is not my main priority now. Now I'm like, okay, we need to start getting some good talent in here and start building this team. So yes, and from the get go, I would like to point this out. From the get go, uh, that was my favorite player. This is back in 2024. So 2 years ago, not the 25 season, the 2024 season, I was banging the table for Vega, Ione. So yes, don't try to now. You did say, which I'm you did say you said his name, and that's the guy that you brought up. I will be honest with you. I knew him as number 71. I
Okay.
didn't I didn't know his name like that. You get me?
Mm.
So that's why if you did say his name like that, I probably would have not known it, like understood that. But if you would like some proof, I can provide the proof of me being on Ione since 2024. No, if y'all would like the proof, I'll show it later if y'all would like the proof, because I did back in 24 say I need number 71 from Penn State on my team. I'm
Oh, that's crazy. We bringing up opinions back from 2024.
just
I just
saying.
want to go. I personally would like to go back to the evidence of the first show I was on this year, my official start date when we talked about it, and hear what you had to say then. You see,
Well, you know what? I
what
think
you said. That's I'm more a recency person. Like I like what's more recent and what's brought up recent. But if you want to bring up, old facts, that's fine. I have a what is that called? Yeah, you know, what? we
so.
said
You
we
know what
weren't
I
going.
would
You
like?
said
I,
you weren't
I
going to go
would like
there.
to, because I'm willing to put something on it
Hmm.
that your pushback was coming mainly from Lou, not me. Because you just
See, you're using words like mainly as if
yeah.
you didn't. But did you push back?
No, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. I think
Okay,
I
okay.
think your pushback was coming mainly for Lou, and I was like, maybe at that time we'll rather trade back. But I wasn't really saying I'm not taking a guard. No, because I was arguing with people last year about
Last year.
Gray Zabel and Tyler Booker. So yes, I mean, listen, we will be up here, but that's my favorite player. I don't want to hear nothing. I will be providing the proof because he want to
So,
talk about, and
so
I didn't know his name. I will be honest with you. So you did throw that, and I didn't know it. I know him as 71. Now when you told me, I'm like, oh, that's what you were talking about. That's my dog. Of course I need him. I can't pronounce that long. Olaya what his name? Olaya Vega.
I think
Olaya
it's like
Vega.
yo Nawe, yo something.
Olaya
Sir. Well,
Vega.
I'm
Ione.
full disclosure. We apologize for butchering your name if you
Yes,
do end up
for yeah,
on
but we ain't no
the
Jonah.
Dolphins. But I will say this: if you do become a Miami Dolphin, we have history with Samoan names, and we are somehow figuring them out. We've learned Tunga Vailoa, we've learned Savaianea, one of them,
Tavai
and
yeah.
now Savaianea, and then hey, you're welcome to the family. All right, we
Yeah,
would
facts. Yeah,
love to
we're,
have
we're,
you here.
we're learning names.
We we'll know it. We'll never mess it up again.
But I
Okay,
would say this
so
though, right? Even though
uh-huh.
this is what I was hoping, and I can't wait to see what people's opinions. Um, building a team. A lot of the times, if it's not the flashy names, people will be like, "What are you doing? No, we need da 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 da." You can't, just like last year. A lot of people, oh my god, you cannot go guard at 11 or 13. Sorry, I'm like, why not? There's like receivers and things of that nature, especially in this draft. So listen. I was surprised that two offensive two. I'm sorry, two trenches in the top three is kind of wow. You know what I'm saying? Considering how most people would look at the big board and have probably an edge, receivers, cornerbacks, things of that nature. We have a
Right.
linebacker, a guard slash, I'm a tackle slash guard, and a guard. Those are not the sexy names, the glamour, the shiny toys that people like to see. But those, my good people, are how you build a winning franchise. The trenches. So
They
and Bane at 4. Let's go to 5, Vincenti. Talk to me about number 5.
well, shout out to Dave. But to forget Paul Soliai might be a crime. Anyway, um, Mansour Delane at 5. Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys understand that 5 is my favorite number. Obviously, I go by Finsanity 5. 5 is near and dear to me. Um, Mansell delay.
Hey, man.
This is when all the gloves
No, not that. I think it
started
was
to
after
come.
that.
Well, yeah, we agreed on we. Well,
Man said, I think
I
look, we both
we
had
both had, we both did, but like this is where I'm letting people know that this is where
the
the
turn was about to
path.
come.
This is where the tide changed. This is when cameras was turned off. Um, you know, some mock bottles was thrown.
What was you thinking?
Uh, so not too much on Master Delay. This was another
Yeah,
consensus.
Master Delane, I think we all had like a 5 was good.
Mhm.
Hey, I
Mhm.
would like to ask you this. Now, his pro day, he ran a
Mhm.
4.3, 4.35. What do you
Ain't it
thought?
sexy?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I said, isn't it sexy?
Girl, you can't ask me about what? No. Okay.
See, once,
um,
once, well, as a female, as a let's not put it that
yeah,
way.
we don't describe.
Let's not put it that
He
way.
ran. He's a
Um,
dog. I was glad to see. Yo, she wilding. But
it was a great. You know what?
I,
Shout out to Miami players actually showing up to their pro day
yeah, that's a
and
fact.
performing.
And putting on. Oh, we gonna talk about it
And
later.
yeah. Oh,
We
we
gonna
don't we
talk
don't
about it.
need to. We don't need
Um,
to.
Master Delane,
Let's
a
not.
lot of people had him running 4.5 in the 4.5 range. A lot of people had him running in the 4.5 range. He ran was it a four? I don't think it was. I think it was a 4.38, not 4.35. He ran a 4.38. I believe. Listen, with his skill set, running a 4.38. I believe that young man made himself a lot of money. It probably most likely solidified himself as easily a top 10 pick. And I don't think, and this is my own personal thought, my personal thinking. I don't think he get past Kansas City. Kansas City can say that Jeremiah Love things all they want, but I don't think he get
They
past
don't
Kansas
need
City.
them now. They have Kenneth, right?
Right, but after they got
Yeah.
Kenneth, they still put that post out there. Oh, Jeremiah Love is a real. No, he's not. Y'all just traded. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cornerback to Trent McDuffie to the Rams. Yes,
Mhm.
y'all are in the business, and that's what y'all do. Y'all draft y'all cornerbacks, develop them, and let them go on about their business. So I don't think nothing is going to change here, unless
Mhm.
edge. If they might take a bang, or I don't know if they're in love with a David Bailey. But so yeah. But here at 5, I think Master Delane would be is for me at 11. These are I would be have no problem giving, especially after his pro day, picking him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
6.
ladies and gentlemen. Now we're gonna be real, and now we're gonna be transparent, right? I love, I love, I love 1 through 5. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of us. Really happy where we have everybody at 1 through 5. Chef's kiss. Hang it in the Louvre. Tell your mom. Tell your pa. Tell your aunties, your uncles that we might have just dropped the best top 5 for the Dolphins. Let's say for the Dolphins. Let's preface that this is for the Dolphins, not for the NFL. Okay.
Yes.
But there comes a time in every young Dolphins fan life where they say, you know what? Let's just throw in something erratic. Let's throw something in mix miss. If you notice, everything that we have is what aside of Delane and Styles, we have it's mainly trenches and then it's defense, right? And in my little heart, because I care. Someone said that I was a Malik Willis hater. And in my true, genuine spirit of not being a hater and wanting nothing but the best for this young man and his future as the Miami Dolphins quarterback,
Don't even sound genuine.
it sounds genuine to me.
Oh.
I wanted to go get someone that he could potentially throw the ball to. Because if we're being honest, who does he have to throw the ball to? But
Mm.
as you see, um, we went more defense. And while I'm not upset with it, while I'm not upset
You
with
want to throw
it,
the name
if
out there?
give me a second,
Oh, go
can
ahead.
I see the interruptions is crazy, and
Yeah,
this is why see, Rich. Listen, we said we would be cordial, okay? We said that,
you
you
said
know,
that. I didn't say that, but go ahead. Yeah.
right, and this is why I said one Florida. Um, we went Caleb Downs, and if you were to hear the name that I said, and I'm going to say it momentarily. Don't worry, we're going to get
come,
to it.
come,
I'm just keeping
let's
them on
get to
edge. They're like, who is it? Who is it?
it.
This right here was when I said, okay, okay, the game plan.
All right, Caleb Downs.
No,
Tell
no.
the people where you had Caleb Downs at, because you playing with these people. Where did you have Caleb Downs?
I told him I had him at 2
You
earlier.
had Caleb Downs
I
at
said,
two down. Who you had at six? And who did you want to put at six? Like let's stop the slow rolling. No. Let's get to it. Who did you have at six?
and this is what I'm talking about. Every single time, I just try to come up here and have a nice, respectable
It was a tight
conversation.
end, people. She had a
It was
tight end.
Kenyon Sadiq. It
She
was
had a
Kenyon Sadiq.
tight end.
I
All the
like
needs
Kenyon
we had.
Sadiq.
Listen, let me explain something.
Does he not need someone to throw the ball to? Or did
Yes,
I
you know
not
what? And
look at
that
our depth
mindset
chart?
was brilliant. That he need someone to throw the ball to. However, right, there's
Mm-hmm.
so many receivers that you can go get him great options. To if you there's no need for a tight end to like
Okay, so
how many tight
hold up.
ends
Cause see,
change franchises and you build around? I'm just trying to figure this out.
how many tight ends have come into the league and have been considered one of the top tight ends in the league in the last couple of years, couple of seasons?
Travis
They
Kelsey,
have been. They have no. Stop.
Bowers. That's it.
Okay,
That's
Trey
it.
McBride. You're not leaving out McBride, and then Sam
What
Laporta had a
McBride? Oh,
season.
my boy, McBride. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Stop right
And
there.
Sam Laporta had
No,
a season.
no, 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 no.
Yes,
Sam
we're
Laporta,
not going to. We're
Sam
not.
Laporta is
Listen.
good. He's very, very
We're,
good.
this is and
Very, very
this is
good.
what we're not
But
going to
he's
do.
not
And see people.
the
Go
best
ahead.
tight end. Think about what you're saying.
Oh my god.
You would never say Sam
I
Laporta
would
is
never
the
say, but he was an integral piece. Was he not? He was
because of the
hold on.
weapons around him.
Oh,
Yes.
now it's because of all the
Amon
weapons
St.
around him.
Brown.
Now it's because
Like,
of all
what are
the
we
weapons
talking
around.
about? What's your what's
This is what I go
what's
through.
the receiver out of Alabama they got over there? I
Dublin
keep forgetting
Warren,
his name.
Laporta, McBride, Bowers. All I said was that I wanted to get Malik one of those. One of those. And
You could get
ladies and
another.
gentlemen,
You could get somebody that could catch.
what? I tried to keep the gloves on. The gloves is coming off.
We gonna get
The gloves
somebody
is
that could
coming
catch
off.
Star
Huh?
Wars. You could go get somebody Star Wars to get catch. That great wide receiver, a target, a
Oh
tight
my
end. That you
gosh. And then like you said, you can get
laughing.
other edges. You can get other corners. Like there's
No,
a lot of corners. Like, come on now. Come on, hold up.
not
Hold
at
up.
that level.
The whole premise, and let's be honest, okay? The whole premise of it was to get Malik a weapon. Now, I also said I would not push back or be upset if they went somewhere else. And this is stuff that he leaves out. This is the we don't use c words. That is that is what he leaves out because my whole mindset was
You
like, okay,
perfect this by
there's a
saying that.
lot of there's a lot of options. Sorry, there were a lot of options for Miami to get to. Right, we have trenches, we have defense. Right, let's just throw a little spice, a little what if, a little off the wall somewhere in another multi universe hypothetical, right? Because I have a question. And I know it's going to be, it's going to be pertaining to what is on who's available, right? Because they did mention BPA, right? So do you think at 11 they go BPA based off a position of need, or do you think that they just go BPA of everything?
It's BP over everything.
Okay.
The reason why, because and this from my personal opinion, the best players available just so happen to also be positions of need here. And I don't have Sadiq in my top 10, my top 11
Mhm.
anyways. So yes, me for my personal mindset, I think they go BPA regardless. And that's only who I because of who I think are the top,
Mhm.
let's just say top 11
Absolutely.
people, 12. So I think they should go BPA regardless. And I think they do go BPA regardless.
I
Regardless of
like I like
position.
Dave's comment. Let's not say we did. Hey, we never know. We never know. Okay.
Oh wow. But
Then
I
the,
understand that. So that's where you see Caleb Downs. And listen, food for thought. Listen, yeah, Caleb Downs. I'm not as high on Caleb Downs as a lot of people are, but I'm not as I think I had Caleb Downs right around like 8 or 9 or somewhere down there, in my top 11. But yeah, I can see how much, because I had Sadiq at like 12 or 13. I think.
hmm
I think I had him at
yeah.
12. So yeah, I could see how much compromising we was doing with making this big board, because as a collaborative effort, we would say, well, this make more sense for the Dolphins. And again, if we get a Caleb Downs at 6 as opposed to a Sadiq, are we mad at that? No. You know, now here's one that I want to take that I think is will be very controversial. Jamal McCoy at 7. Injury concerns.
hmm
We don't know if he even supposedly cleared to play, so
hmm
that's a good thing. That's a plus. But we know the PTSD from the previous
hmm
regimes. Chris
hmm
Greer, his specialty is bringing in injury
hmm
prone players and things of that nature. When I started to do a big board, I did not want to say I'm going to let the previous regimes or my PTSD hinder me from saying who is the best available out there. Now,
hmm
obviously, health and medicals will be a big part of that. But we
hmm
talk about just talent. If Jamal McCoy was not injured, he most definitely would be in my top 3. Most definitely, hands
hmm
down, like without question.
hmm
Without question, he probably won't even be 3. So the talent is there. I would have loved to see him work out. And I don't know when Tennessee pro day. I want to know if he's going to run or what he's going to do, or is he going to take the Will Johnson from last season and not doing nothing. And we saw what Will Johnson did at Arizona. Will worked the pick. So I was thinking that here, and I think we all was like, okay, we like the talent of Jamal McCoy. Where did you have him on your? I don't remember.
And I'm at 10.
10, yeah. And I think I had him at
I'm at
7 or
10.
8. So
hmm
we was kind of somewhere in that name. So we
hmm
weren't far. If you notice, when we start seeing outside of Kenya Sadiq and maybe Caleb Downs, well, Caleb wasn't too far off. A lot of our players aren't that far off. So that's why, at least for when it came to creating this, it wasn't too much compromising going on, because we at least had a range where we thought their talent was. You want to
Okay. 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 Whew. Now, once again, we circle back. You know what? Jesus. There's one that I want to talk about more than the next pick,
which one?
and Spencer Fano.
Okay,
I
go
I
ahead.
I wa-
I think okay, David Bellingham. Can I say David Bellingham? Because we can skip
go
past it.
go go ahead.
We
Go
have
ahead.
such a need. I'm really not
Yeah.
that big on David Belly like that. I'm not gonna deny his talent, because I know a lot of people they think some people think he's way better than what he is, and some people think he's way worse than what he is. Him there, I'm like just looking at the rest of the talent around and what he presents, it's like no, you cannot justify him being out of the top 10, and that's just for me.
hmm
So that's why he laid that 8, because it wasn't worth arguing him in any other position right there. But go ahead, Mr. Fanu. Let's go.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had a Fano versus Lomu little, debate. What I do appreciate at this moment, because as you see, we went defense, secondary, straight down till we got to Bailey. That's trenches, and then we go to the offensive trenches, and we got back to it. A part of me, and my heart of hearts, as you guys know, I have an endearment for us fixing this offensive line. If I'm going to ask you this because it's going to be a very interesting question based off of what you just said and how you feel. If Jermod McCoy and Spencer Fano are both available, BPA says who, Tony?
In this situation,
Mm-hmm.
you have to add medicals in.
Mm-hmm.
So I
There we
think
go.
Spencer Fano would have to go. The consensus would come to and say no. We have to go Spencer Fano. Um, so I just Jamal McCoy, the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I would say. I would rather
Mm-hmm.
miss by not picking Jamal McCoy because of
Mm-hmm.
the injury
Mm-hmm.
concerns, rather than miss by picking him and he be injured. He turned out to be a bust. That is
Hmm.
a bigger risk for me than to be like, oh yeah, yeah, let's take a risk regardless of history. And then, like you said, we need to fix this offensive line. Hey, listen, Austin Davis is not going to he's not reliable. I
He's
don't
not.
like he's not he missed games all the time. So I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, skip over a guy that's gonna be available and a need that a guy that's most likely aren't gonna be available for a guy that's possibly not gonna be available. Like you get what I'm saying? Like Jamal McCoy
Mm-hmm.
falls into Austin Jackson. So no, yes, like easy. You go Spencer Fano easily. It's to me. It's a no
Mm-hmm.
brainer. It's just talent wise, I think Jamal McCoy is just a higher on the list. But no, Spencer Fano will be the pick for me if it was either of them. What about you?
Yeah, I'm always going to pick the trenches. Um, Toughness. You have to be. We have to. We have to build in the trenches, and I think that's something that they spoke about. You have to be able to win in the trenches if you want to win games. When you have guys like Ollie Gordon, when you have guys like Devon Achan, when you have Jalen Wright, you need to be able to convert third and short. You need to be able to hand that ball off and get it. And you need physical presence within the trenches. If you want to protect your quarterback, you need a physical presence, a physical force in the trenches. So to me, as crazy as it sounds, because we really do need a lot of secondary help, it really does start in the trenches. And if you want Malik Willis to have any any chance to do a lot of things that he was able to do in Green Bay and the things that we highlighted and liked, he can make things happen. He can make plays, but you still need trenches. You still need to where he has time to be able to try to even make
Yeah,
something out of nothing and stuff like that. Like people don't understand sometimes that concept of it. Just being him having the little bit of time to read what the situation is to make that decision and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's why Aaron Donald, when you talk about, they were like, yeah, we have to put three
Ooh-wee.
people on him because
And that's
because if
pressure up the
someone's
middle.
coming in, pressure up the middle. They said, how do you get to Brady? Pressure up the middle. How do
That's
you
how you
get to any
disrupt them.
quarterback?
Any
You
quarterback.
have to what's the name? So I know he's a tackle.
Yeah,
Excuse me. But sometimes we can start interchanging things, but you have to have the bodies and stuff like that. But go ahead, Tony.
and what I would want to say is Spencer Fano play on both sides,
Yeah.
so he's versatile in that way, right and left guard. So that's not a problem. My only problem with him and why he's so low for me, and not is because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of his run blocking. Now when he gets his hands on it, okay, good, but he doesn't, which can be fixed. Technique, 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 and that is will be a concern but these are teacher moments. You can't teach size, and he's 6'5" or six. I think he's 6'6", right?
6 years.
6'6", like
Let's
three
let's.
thirteen. So
Mhm.
yeah, and you want that, and a kicker. You get Spencer Fano. You could put him at right tackle and kick Austin Jackson in the mid. At guard, and now you don't have that a hole at right guard that we typically have, or that we have right now. Don't forget,
Mhm.
Austin Jackson is very, very good when he's healthy. And he
Mhm.
played very well at guard.
Mhm.
Remember, he was a dominant guard when he had him out there.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind when we start bringing some of these players up. But yes, the only concern I have with him will be the technique and the positioning when it comes to run blocking. And, I like that them dogs racing. Um, Alvaro Reese. Now I
Mhm.
know if Lou was here, he will have a fit about Alvaro Reese because he don't believe in him. He thinks he's trash. He thinks he's the outside of Caleb Downs. Lou believe Alvaro Reese is the biggest bust in the league, or possible bust, and then he thinks he's
Mhm.
very overhyped. I'll say this: I'm
Mhm.
not going to erase the first half of the season just because the second half wasn't as good and dominant,
Mhm.
right? And it's not like the first half were coming against tomato cans either. So I've seen some good stuff. His problem is he linebacker or edge?
Mhm.
Is he playing outside linebacker or is he going to be an edge? Because they had him listed as a linebacker, but he was used as an edge for the most part. I guess you could say that's versatility, but
Mhm.
um, I believe if you narrow it down to a specific position, or you could use them like how you don't know what what's the dude? God, dog, I can't believe I forgot it. The edge that went to Green Bay. Came from Dallas. God, dog, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Oh man, yeah.
But anyway, it didn't come to us. He one of them ones. But anyways, you don't, but they use them all over the place, which I think that's what you use for Averill Reese. And again, position of need here, and the capability, the upside you're looking at mostly here. Um, but what did you have him on your board? I would love to know that.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Wasn't there? Wasn't
Didn't have him on there.
wasn't on it. Didn't have them.
Not no, not even. Well, it
Well, you have to you also have to remember, right? Because I was also trying to sprinkle in
yeah,
some things from the
correct,
league. So
correct.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, like no, no.
Yeah,
He wasn't, because ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest. Okay, first we were gonna do 32, right? Let's game plan. We went 32, and then we brought it back in, and we brought it down to 11 since the Dolphins have the 11th pick. Um, he's in my 32. Um.
Von Joe, watch he look. Yo, what's good, y'all? I know I'm late, but I'm still here. Smash
Thank
the
you,
like
Mark.
button.
Um,
In and organized, organized and respectful manner. Von Joe, no, my brother. You need to talk to your girlfriend Sandy. She said F1 Florida. I was highly offended by that.
he saw
Ah,
it.
highly. No, no,
You
I
all
don't think
gotta
he saw it.
tell him that
Von
he
Joe,
saw
she
it.
needs to be excommunicated, my brother. You know how when we talk about you being an agent and we talk about her and her road over here, we gonna have to talk. Let's have a man to man talk. You know what I'm saying about
Um,
about this situation,
excuse
my
me.
brother.
Hold up, pause. Because first of all, let's rewind. Let's pause. Let's break. I created the term Gated Community LLC. You can't excommunicate
Yes, you
me
can. It
from.
happens
No,
all the
you
time.
can't.
See, business
No,
is
you
business.
can't.
You don't understand.
You cannot do it.
Okay, okay. Hey, Bondo, we'll talk, my brother.
This is
But
first. I
anyway,
gotta
let's
earn
go
my way
to
back into the Dolphin. This is
Carnell.
crazy. All
Carnell
right.
Tate. Fish said he talked to us about
Oh
Carnell
wow.
Tate.
This is. You know. I just want to say, early in the year, before a single down was taken at Ohio State, before a pass was thrown, I said that, you know what? I love, I love Jeremiah. Jeremiah Smith, right? Love him. But there was someone who was just quietly great to me and good. And I mentioned his name, and it was Carnell Tate. Now, this is where compromise comes in because I was very adamant about wanting there to be an option for
Yes.
a weapon, a receiver for Malik Willis. I was very adamant, even though quote unquote I'm a hater. No one else came to no, never mind. No, I think you had Carnell, right, Tony? You might have had
No, not
Carnell.
in my top 11.
No,
No, for sure.
no,
No.
no, no.
Remember, I didn't have.
So
If it wasn't for you, no
yeah,
receiver would have made the top 11. Let's be
that's between us.
100. We could tell the
Between
people that you was riding
that's
for Malik Willis the most out of all of us. So yes, we will give you the credit. Yeah, no receiver would have made no receiver, no weapon, none of that would have made my top 11 at all. Period.
see, look, see, there we go. Von Joe, thank you, appreciate you, appreciate you. I like what Ohio State wide receivers have been able to do in this league.
Yeah,
Not
you have to give
necessarily
him.
calling them wide receiver you, but they are looking like it right now.
Hmm?
Now, just because one or the previous lineup has been
Yeah,
successful,
that's you.
because some people could say that Marvin Harrison Jr., who they thought might be one of the most talented coming out of Ohio State, hasn't necessarily lived up to his billing yet. For the majority of them,
But he's
right?
still one of the ones. Like we're not gonna do that though.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, his quarterback
LSU though.
was hurt, and then he was, yeah. But and I think he dealt with some injuries this year too as
Yeah,
well. Marvin, yeah,
it don't help. He got Kyler Murray throwing on the ball, and then Jacoby Brissett, and then he had. You remember he had that what 1, 2, maybe 3 game stretch where he was having a problem with the drops.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was mentally
absolutely,
for him. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because you
so
could see that they were gearing. Well, Trey McBride is one of them ones.
Trey is.
He's one. He's
Shout out
one
to
of them
Trey,
ones,
man. Shout out to
that
fantasy league winning Trey, man.
and that was Jesus help me. That
Speaking of
you
Trey and
that
Laporta,
that was one of the greatest, adjustments. Them saying, okay, we have this guy who just always seems to be open, making crazy catches, breaking tackles. They changed their game. And Trey, it looked like at times that Trey was the only option in Arizona. And once Brissett
yeah,
came in, it,
yeah.
it, it was the only option. That's all he cared about was where is Trey at, and that's where the ball is going to. It was sick to watch, but it was fun to watch, only because I didn't have him as my tight end. Anyway, while
Mm.
being still a part of the gated community, shout out to us. Um, I wouldn't be upset, and I have to preface this, if we went for a bigger position of need, whether it be, depending on BPA, right? Like who's available. But as you notice, we have to get through a lot of players and a lot of options before we even get to Carnell Tate. And the odds are that one of these guys will be sitting there for Miami to
Facts.
take at 11 before Carnell Tate. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying, but I do believe in him. I do believe in his talent, and I really do hope that it does translate to the NFL, because I did love watching him within his role at Ohio State and whatnot. Because I mean, when you have Jeremiah, you have to go to Jeremiah. But there were key moments when Tate would show up because they're doubling or they're bracketing Jeremiah and stuff like that. Oh, Tony,
I got it. Go
any
ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead. I'm just here so I
Go ahead.
don't
Go
get
ahead.
fined. No, no, I was going to ask you how you felt, and then we are going to release your picks. I got to talk about mine
No.
throughout, which was great. Sorry you didn't get that option, but we're going to drop yours in about a couple of
Well,
minutes. Go ahead.
so um, the Connor Tate thing, you already knocked that out of the park. But I did want to ask a question before we move forward.
Hmm.
These 11, obviously. If you have one guy that you would prefer us get at 11, who would it be? Um,
At 11,
yes, at 11. On this list, yes.
Okay.
I know who I would.
If if I had it my way,
Yes, yo, yeah.
and I know it's not gonna happen, it would be
Sadiq,
Sunny
right?
Styles. Maybe. You know, it'd be real crazy if he come in here and he just show off in this league, and then I'm gonna just be like,
I'm not saying he's not. I'm
I'm
not
not.
saying he's a bad
I'm.
player. He may be
I'm
great
a
in the
smoke.
league. We're
I'm
talking
a
about for the
smoke a Tony
Dolphins.
pack. I'm going to smoke a Tony pack live on the Blitz pickup, and I don't smoke.
No, you
I
won't.
don't
Cause
smoke, but
no,
I would
you
be.
won't. Cause that you would literally be smoking your own pack. Cause I'll never say he wasn't gonna be a great player. We talk about
I'm going to be.
yeah,
You know
that
what?
no,
No, but
yeah.
it's not going to be there. But I would. There's something about Sunny Styles that I feel like is going to be very special. Um, and he has leadership qualities that I believe, as we will eventually move on from the Jordan Brooks era, I would have loved to have seen Son. I would love it. Like, sir, do I don't want to mess up your money.
Sunny
I
Styles.
don't I don't I don't want to mess up your money, but I have to say it. It
I
would
think
be
you and
Sunny
Lou.
Styles, and then it would be Vega, hands down. Styles, then Vega for me.
I think you and Lou would have picked Sunny Styles. Um,
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm. Oh, he
if
said
I
it's
had
juicy.
my way,
Mm-hmm.
Olaya Vega, I hope I said that right. Ione,
Mm-hmm.
that would be the guy that I would want to pick out of everyone on this big board. Mainly because he has the mentality, he has everything that I look for when I look for O lineman.
Mm-hmm.
He looks to finish, he looks to punish, he looks to inflict his and still his dominance on you. No plays off. He's very great, good at what he does. If either him and then Francis Mainoa would be my second one. If I could get any one of those two at 11, I'll be fine with that for sure. But yo, Olaya Vega, yeah, that man, him. But listen, you say you had yours written down. Okay, listen now. I'm gonna say this. It's not fair for Insanity, Lou, and all them. You know, I be sitting at a desk most of the time, so I did have time to create me a fancy little big board. Uh, they be think I be trying to show them up, but nah. So since we got the 30th pick. So I say, you know what? Why not just show, players that I would love to see? So how about let me get this right. You get that out of here.
Oh, this one.
Move that one. Huh? And boom.
Boom.
This is Tony's big board, y'all. Um, as you can see, my number one, Mainoa. Obviously, the only reason he made it above Vega is because of versatility. If not, Vega would be my number one. As you can see, I have Sunny Styles. Number 3, blah, blah, blah. But see, I had Mr. Delaney at 5, Caleb down at 6 as well. So we both, see, I had him at 6, you had him at 2. So we weren't that far off. But Mr. Delaney was at 5, McCoy at 7, Spencer, Fanu. My 10 is Avion Terrell. My 11 is Averill Reese. I don't have no receiver in my top 11. So if it was me, we are not picking a receiver at 11. But y'all do see at 12. Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No receiver, no tight end, no weapons, nothing. No. Right? But you see at number 12. My receiver, y'all can have the Carnell Tate. Y'all see him. He's number 16 on my list. I have Chris Brazil. Then I got your boy Kenyon Sadiq, right? But I want to point. Let me go. Since you want to talk about that Green, I want y'all to see 23 through 32. As y'all can see, Anthony Hill Jr. for sure. Not at 11, but if we could get that man at either 30 or 43, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But y'all can see 24, D'Angelo Ponds. Well, 22, Anthony Hill Jr. Dog. 24, D'Angelo Ponds. Dog. 25, Jacob Rodriguez. Dog. 26, Keontae Scott. Shout out to Keontae Scott. Dog.
There we go.
27, Jacoby Thomas, dog. Let's just stop right there with all those dogs, right? I'm sorry. I want to put this out because this is thank you. This is I take this as a compliment. You got Brazil bigger than most. Yes, Brazil. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know a lot of people got Makai Lemon. What the other dude name? Tate. I do have Denzel Boston though.
Tyson. They have Jordan
Tyson.
Tyson.
Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson would be my number one receiver. Injuries is why he had 22. I'll give it to you. As y'all can see, the beloved, the one that everyone loved, Jeremiah Love, he is at 20 for me. He's at 20. And that is strictly because long as A-Chain is in the building, that would be a luxury pick for me. So we could get him at 30. Okay, I wouldn't do it myself, but if the luxury pick, I don't care. Detroit had no problem having those two backs back there. They didn't have no problem. So that worked out for them. But for me, Jeremiah Love is a luxury pick. As you can see, my receivers are more in the. You can see I have him at 12. I have Cornell Tate at 16. Denzel Boston. They go look at his route running. I think you tripping. 17. Makai Lemon. The only reason Makai Lemon is not above all of them is because height. Listen, I'm sorry you came in at 5'11". I'm looking for more height. That was just my mindset thinking. But Makai Lemon, I think, is one of the ones he's going to be very good. I do believe so. But let's get back to the right side. So as y'all can see, I have.
Oh my gosh.
I have Brazil, Tate, Denzel Boston, Makai Lemon, Jordan Tyson. These are all receivers that I believe we could get one of those at 30, right? I believe we could get one of them at 30. If you can't, and I think this guy has been flying up the draft board, Ted Hurts. Ted Hurts, he may go second round. And listen, I'm the more I watch Ted Hurts, the more I like what I'm seeing. For sure. I knew somebody was going to bring his name up. Akeem Messidor. As a youth fan, I love Akeem Messidor. But as a Dolphin fan, he didn't turn out to be as good as he is until he's 25 years old. He's 25. Late bloomer. Also, injury problems. He has injury concern. So that's why he's falling down talent-wise. From what I've seen this year, I think it may have had something to do with Jason Taylor, the reason why he developed and became as dominant as he was. And it could have had something to do with having Ruben Bain on the other side. Because we saw Ruben Bain do his thing by himself. But when Ruben Bain went down, Akeem Messidor wasn't even being named. I like Jacoby Lane, Mo. Jacoby Lane. These are all receivers. Cardell, the receiver out of Cincinnati. These are receivers that you can get. Malachi Fields. This is why my big boy is set up the way it is, because I'm not pressed with getting him a weapon. Because there's so many weapons that we could get later in the rounds. I'm not pressed with getting him a weapon at 11, because the talent that is filled with these guys here, as far as weapons are concerned, they're plentiful. So that's why I wasn't impressed. And that's just my personal. So if you can see this, and it's a good way so y'all can understand how this draft board is so deep, it's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. Look at how different mine is compared to what we came up with, and you can see where the compromise was coming from. Because you have to have be able to compromise. 28. I didn't miss Zion Young. I don't know if many people know who he is. I'm starting to like this guy. That's the edge out of Missouri. I'm telling y'all, I'm starting to like this guy, which is why Fincenti, you remember when you asked me earlier, Ruben Bain or Mainoa, hey, go give me him. The Sonny Styles one, listen. Jacob Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was you, Fincenti, right? I think the reason you mentioned the reason he failed was because it's 40 time, right? Outside his 40, he would be rated higher. Well, guess what, people? He went and ran a 4.5 40. Jacob Rodriguez is not getting out the second round. He isn't. So if I could miss out on a Sonny Style, but I could get a Jacob Rodriguez or Anthony Hill Jr., I'm good with that.
You're happy. Absolutely. Hmm.
Right?
And
Um,
mhm.
one
And
last
these
one
are
that I
go ahead.
go ahead. One last
Go
one
ahead.
that
No,
I
go
would not have to point out with Edge, Cassius Howe. Cassius Howe has really short arms, really, 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 really short arms. I'm talking about shorter than Ruben Banks. But put on the field, put on the film, not field, put on the film. You want to talk about dog like mentality? You want to talk about letting you know I'm here, letting you know I'm here to bring the fight to you? Go watch Cassius Howe play football. Go watch that young man play football. And you're going to see a mentality that I would love to have in this locker room. And as you can see, my tackles, my edges, my cornerbacks, my safeties, and for the most part, my receivers all have that in common. Dog like mentality. So, and Dave, I know you see your boy over there at 31 EMW. I know that's your dog over there. So he made my top 32. Dave. But Cindy, go ahead. You sound like you want to say something. Listen, 29 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. This is our first one. This one is mine, my personal. Cindy, she was giving y'all her top 32 all throughout, the show. But this is mine. But listen, our first annual big board. I hope y'all liked it. But Vicinity, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Please hit the like button and subscribe. But go ahead, Vicinity.
and subscribe. Now, I was going to say, you speaking of, how your big board differentiates between, the Blitz pickup and like the concessions and that have to be made sometimes. Like, okay, if I can't get Bane here, go give me this player. Or if I can't get Styles, do we think we could have a chance at getting this guy? What would it cost us if it might cost us anything? Like these are the things that have to be weighed out when all these decisions are made. And
Yes.
throughout this whole process, because it was very crazy. It was very crazy. I am 100% happy that we did wait until after free agency,
Yes.
after the trades and everything, because what we would have had a couple of weeks ago is
Woohoo.
not what we would have had right now. Some of the things in my mentality around certain things have definitely changed. 100% honest and transparent about that, right? Um, and the one thing that I will say is that it was a beautiful process. It was um it was heartbreaking too because no, it was heartbreaking because you know when you and there's a difference between doing that and mock drafts, right? And
Yes.
like that was
Yes.
one of the things because I know a lot of people were mentioning mocks and they're like, okay, would you take this player there? But then you have to realize what is available
Available.
and how you rank these players up against each other. And then to the point of BPA versus BPA of position. There have been times I know where you guys who do mock drafts, you might just say, I'm just going to take best player available, right? And it looks good, but then you start asking yourself, well, how does this help the Miami Dolphins? Well, it helps them because they have the best player and hopefully they're able to bring this talent and maybe move off of something and get access maybe for a veteran that they have or a crazy contract. But then when you really talk about it and you really try to get into the depths of it, it's like, okay, what are the priorities of positions of need and what players are available? And then you get into the mock trades that never are what you put on your mock draft,
Facts.
right? So let's be honest there. It's really for your personal entertainment because you never know who, what, where, when, how, and why. And there's so much things. But I think that this right here, us taking the time to do this, creating something that is so organic and personal to the Blitz pickup. When
Yes.
we now go to our draft show, we can carry this, and then you'll understand what we were thinking versus what they were thinking and how we got to this point. So I like this and I love this process, more than doing a mock draft, because sometimes you do mock drafts with people and it's like, but when you have to rank players, it's
Yes.
different than saying, oh, give me this player here and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It is so much different, and it was, oh my gosh, it was excruciating.
Tedious.
It was tedious, excruciating. There
Ah,
was times I wanted to punch a wall. There's times where, and here's the thing, right? There's times you feel like you're not being heard,
yeah.
but they're like, no, we hear you, right? But and
Not putting no
everyone
D
is,
tackles in, even though we think that a lot of D tackles are
yeah,
are, are better than a
this
lot of these
is
players. But it's like we don't need D tackles. So, what are you gonna rate on our big board? A
right,
nationwide big board is very different from how our big board would look. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting
and yeah,
in the Dolphin war room, no D tackle should be before 32.
right,
None. Because I just don't think there's you have the one, like, the rule is do not pass on a great player, because you have a good player already at that position. You just don't do that. But there's no
hmm,
D tackles in this draft that you say, oh no, that's a must get right there. You
hmm,
understand? So for me,
absolutely,
that shouldn't be nothing, even though there's some good ones that's in, out there that you'll be like,
hmm,
well, where is this guy? Where is, that guy or whatever? What's the
hmm,
one out of Ohio State? McDonald. Where's
yeah,
McDonald? Or what's the one I like? The one out of Clemson. The one- Hey, you know
Hidden,
what? A sleeper. Peter Woods. Peter Wood. That's his name.
yeah,
Where are these guys? And also, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all another thing, right? Uh, if y'all want to look at where I got my dog Colton Hood at. You know what I'm saying? When we looking at cornerbacks and Caleb Banks. Keep a lookout on Caleb Banks
hmm,
from the D tackle out of Florida. Guys that we weren't able to talk about, but that I think are great players that are worthy of being, in
hmm,
consideration. I should have did some honorable mentions, but I didn't.
hmm,
Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, man. Listen, man. Y'all make sure y'all let us know. No Bama players made the list.
no, they did not,
um. So
and rightfully so,
I'll
and
let y'all
rightfully so.
in on a little secret. The reason that some people have Caleb Downs rate as high as they do is because he did start at Bama. I just, just a fool for thought. Just a fool for thought, my good people. Just in case y'all wasn't aware of that fact right there. All American at Alabama, Oh, you know what? It's going to be very interesting to see where my boy Jacoby Thomas falls. I don't see him on no one's top 10 list. Now, I'm not talking about top 5. No one top 10 list. I don't see him in no one's top 100 players, like nowhere. And I am so sorry. Me, and it might be my UN bias. Caleb
It
Downs is
is.
the only safety that I see y'all can say better than him.
Oh, never mind. No, that's true. That's true.
They like Emmanuel McNeil Warren, not better than him. You know, I'm just being
Mhm,
honest with you. I see all of these safeties that people are. I don't know where the disrespect is coming from with my boy Jacoby Thomas, but he put
mhm,
on a show out there in front of the Dolphins. That guy Bud Clark, I like him too. You know
mhm.
who failed? I was like, you know what? I saw somebody sent me a highlight tape. That's why you don't go by highlight tape. You go by when
Yeah,
the film is
no.
actually getting broke down. Of Dylan Thieneman. No, I'm sorry. I'm good. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't know how. Well, Fitz said I don't know how you, but Dylan, the Oregon safety. Okay, he can run fast. I seen too many missed tackles. I seen too many missed tackles in
Mhm.
actual film breakdown. You're like, I don't know. Too many open field one on, like, no bad angles.
Angles, yeah. I'm about to say bad angles,
Like,
yeah.
no, I'm sorry, and that's just my personal opinion. So I
Okay.
don't see why they having them, but I would say this, and this is my last thing before I pass
Hmm.
it back to you, Vicinity. If we get any of these three players I would be happy.
Okay, give them to me.
Huh?
I said, what? Which three? Go ahead, give them. Like,
No, no, no. On this board, if we get three of these, like
oh,
in a within
oh,
a,
three. Any three
yeah,
on this board? Yes.
yes,
Okay.
from between 11, 30, and 43. If we get any of these three players, I am fine with that. Now, more
Hmm.
preferably, I would want to have, let's say, a Ione, let's say Colton Hood or Brazil with the 30th pick, and a Jacob Rodriguez, Keontae Scott, D'Angelo Pons, or Anthony Jr. Hill with the second round pick. I'm good with any of those guys. I'm
Mm,
I'm
okay.
I'm really good. That means we'll have a lineman, we'll have a receiver, a linebacker, maybe a cornerback, but yes. Listen,
Okay.
I'm good with any of those. I just threw
You're
out
good.
random names. I'm like, if we grab any of those three, you know, that's good. You know, because if we
Okay.
grab a lineman, Colton Hood, and then a linebacker,
Hmm.
I'm good with that too, as well. But yeah,
That's a great question. Um, Tony.
I only
To-
Coach Mo, go
yeah.
ahead. Oh, they got that evil smirk, the evil grin.
Okay.
Hey
You
man,
know
I don't
what?
know if y'all noticed, but Finsani been a little extra when she put the shades on. This is different, Finsani. She come with the smoke with the shade. I think she don't want y'all to see her evil eyes with them attentions. Cause man, she put on the shades and she turned up on. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, ask your little evil question. I see you got your little evil smile on. Go ahead, talk to me.
I was just. There was a a pro day today down in a place in Florida, a city in Florida, South Florida. Now I know that this football team is near and dear to your heart because the basketball team isn't. We're not gonna call that out. Um, how did you feel about Miami's pro day?
I listen. It went exactly how I expected it to go. What what I liked about it, right,
Hmm.
is I think me and Dave, for the most part, was trying to tell people the disrespect to Keontae Scott was crazy. No, they did it. He led all he led all the DBs in interceptions. Now injury concerns with Keontae Scott. I just want y'all to know what he did. He did that missing what 3 4 games, I think it was. So I just want y'all to understand that. And when that
More than
guy
that.
came back, you saw the difference in that in that defense. And you know that Ohio State game. I don't know when he took that pick six. If you're not aware of that Posey strike, that was a Jim Thorpe. Just so y'all know. Yeah, yeah, I'm the best DB in college football. And I like the fact that it wasn't a 4-2-5, people. It had to be a missed typo. It was a 4-3-5. Still, blazing speed. He ran a 4-3-5 and a 4-3-9, respectively, back to back. So I'm glad to see that. I love this. He ran the drills. Jacoby Thomas showing people his speed as well. I think he ran a 4-4 at safety. And listen, you don't have to be a UM fan. If you're a Dolphin
Mm.
fan,
Oh, yeah.
you put on that film and you see Jacoby Thomas play football, and you want to talk about mindset, you need somebody like
Mhm.
that in your locker room. That's
Okay.
a fact. Go ahead. And we ain't even got to talk about Ruben Bain,
Yeah. Yeah.
Minor
Yeah.
running a 4-5 flat,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
4-0
Yeah.
flat.
We
You know,
don't
I'm a
gotta talk
5-0
about.
flat.
We
I'm
don't got.
sorry.
We
Yeah, yeah, you know,
we talked
Minor
about it
doing your
though,
thing.
but we ain't gotta talk about it
You know what?
because
No one was talking
somehow
about
it's
Carson
getting
Beck. I wonder why.
it's getting out there. You know. It's just, there is a there's a lot of talent coming out of the University of Miami football program. If you had to predict, and obviously it's a prediction, it's something you cannot know for sure, guess, it's just a far off question, right? Just throw it in the back of the memory bank after this, right? Do
Three.
you think that got it? All right.
Go ahead. Answer the question. I'm gonna ask the question.
How how many of these players do you think the Miami Dolphins draft?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say go in the first round. Okay.
Uh,
Draft. One, I think two max.
two, one, two max. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
Now
good number.
the reason if Francis or Bain fall to them, I don't think they passing up on either one of them.
Hmm.
And I do think it depends on how far, which I think Keontae Scott is running a
Hmm.
little. He's moving up on them job big board.
Hmm.
We'll have a better chance against Jacoby Thomas than Keontae Scott because of what he did. I mean, running a 4.3 at the combine.
Hmm.
It's just like I mean at his pro day was just he's flying up them big boys. So yeah. So I think
Yeah,
one but two max. Yeah.
two max. Hey, I will say this: for as much as they're very irrelevant, the mentality, the work ethic, the dogness that they would bring to this locker room is 100% welcome. And you got to see their competitiveness throughout the year and especially throughout the college football playoffs. They always showed up and said, "You got to meet me on this field
Mm-hmm.
every play. We take no plays off." So that's the best respect you're ever going to get from me. It ends now until they are a Dolphins player or not. Don't need to talk about them ever again. Uh, there you guys go. For the people, say that I lead with hate. I lead with
Respect is not given, it's taken. So I get it. I appreciate
I lead
you.
with what I lead with. Tony, is there anything else that you would like to go over, ask, indulge in? Anything else?
No, do you have want to add something, anything and that you didn't get off on your big board? Or man, y'all let us know what I think, not only of ours, what I think about my top 32 for the Dolphins, and make sure y'all said for the Dolphins. um,
For the
and I would love
Dolphins.
to see what y'all mindset is for that. But do you have anything that you want to get up? Any surprises or things that you want to get off your chest? I'm good. I got all my stuff off.
No, when you're winning, you just sit back and put on the shades. If you know, you know. When when, when you're winning, when you're winning, and it's way before the time of the results, you just you just coast. You just coast to the victory line. I don't have to sprint no more. As much as I say I'm on to 2027, I am 100% excited for this draft, for everything that comes after it, for somewhat the season to see how it's going to be. I want to say thank you guys for allowing us to present this to you. Thank you, Tony, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this, for having the respect of me enough to say, "Oh, I want you to be a part of the process," and all that. Thank you for the debates, for the pushback. Um, Iron sharpens iron, and we don't get better and we don't
Facts.
sharpen our minds if we're not willing to be challenged, but also receptive of new information and knowledge. So thank you so much. Wanted to give you for that your flowers for that. That's all I have. That's all I have.
All right, man. Listen. Um, Appreciate y'all. It's 26 of y'all in the building. Make sure I hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the subscribe button. Share our content. Appreciate y'all. All our new subscribers. We appreciate y'all. Hit that notification bell. Birthday weekend, draft weekend. Oh, good for you, Coach Mo. So listen, man, we appreciate y'all. And on behalf of Insanity, Lou, Jess, and the whole Blitz Pickup family, I say the revival go to us because for that huge debate we had backstage. And listen, man, we'll see
We
y'all Wednesday.
survived.
Appreciate y'all. We out of here.